Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Today on At Your Leisure, we got the 3 R's. We got romance.
We got rustic.
And riding.
We're celebrating Thanksgiving at a resort that has it all.
Then Steve Human is going to cover the long list of forgotten thankfuls with one we should all appreciate.
Finally, we all get to go to a class where we learn how to manage the dangers of winter.
It's the AYL Thanksgiving Special, and it starts right now. What a romantic setting. This is like one of those female vocalists from the 40s romantic winter lodge songs, and I just expect to hear them singing right now. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Maria Rossi Booth.
And I'm Rick Peterson.
And we're up here at Daniel's Summit for our Thanksgiving show. And usually we have the whole crew with us. We make a really big production, but not this time.
No, well, you have to understand, we are an outdoor recreation show. So Reese is still making his way back from Palm Springs, and Darren and Jill are in Southern Utah jeeping, and Jordan will be along a little bit. Zach's on assignment, and Steve's on his way up here, so he should catch up with us by the end of the show. But we got good old Rick.
I'm here to represent.
And we are going to really take in the atmosphere of Daniel's Summit Lodge. You know, we've covered this place a lot, but we've never told the story of exactly how it got started. And I guess that's where that whole romantic feeling comes in. Check this out.
We had a cabin over above Strawberry Reservoir, and we always loved snowmobiling over there. I decided we had to try this and do something to create a resort atmosphere kind of like we had at our cabin, and maybe that would allow us to invite even more people to enjoy the outdoors like we enjoy it.
We opened in '93, but I'll never forget the day that he drew a line over in the store side of where my store would be and where the restaurant would be. Then I knew he was serious and that this was really going to happen.
My sons and I spent our evenings and weekends for the whole summer putting in a water system, and then we had to generate our own electricity for the first 5 or 6 years. We'd go stay in a hotel and I'd be laying under the bathroom sink taking pictures to learn from what other people had done. Many hotels today, especially the size we are, wouldn't have nearly this big of a lobby area. But one of the neat things here is this lobby area is kind of like being in that old cabin, old lodge someplace. Before long, they're all up here in the lobby sitting around the fireplace and just visiting and everything, and they're not wandering off to some other venue someplace else.
We had been to a lot of different hotels and we tried to simulate the things that we liked. The one thing that we liked when you went someplace and people were friendly to you, when you checked in, they acted like they really cared about you. We wanted to have a place where our employees would treat people like that.
We've kind of stuck to trying to have this feeling of going back in time when you come here to stay.
You know, Rhea, after you hear Brent and Audrey's story,
Yeah.
you can understand why Daniel's Summit Lodge is so authentically rustic and romantic.
I know.
I mean, they just poured their whole hearts into this thing.
You know, labor of love, lover of the outdoors.
Yes.
I mean, they're just the perfect couple to start a phenomenal business like this.
And of course, there's so many great things to ride on around here. What'd you think, Rick?
Wow, what an amazing day. This is the place to be this time of year. I'm very thankful I was able to come with you.
You should also be thankful you've got much better helmet hair than I do. Look at that.
Stop it.
It's because it's so thick. You're challenged in that department, honey. That's okay. But anyway, speaking of thankful, it is Thanksgiving time, and we all make our list of what we're thankful for. And sometimes you leave things off the list. And in our travel adventure, Steve Human has that part covered.
That's right, Rhea. This time of year, it's really easy to be thankful for family and friends, for food. But we oftentimes take other things for granted, and one of those is generally our public lands. We have tons of them out here in the West, and we need to be grateful for them, but how do we show that gratitude? Is it through protection? Is it through access? It's actually a difficult question to ask, but one I'm setting out to answer today. There are 2.27 billion acres in the United States, and of that, roughly 640 million are considered public lands. That comes out to about 28%. Now in the West, that percentage is much higher and covers landscapes from simple sagebrush and juniper to rocky formations that inspire and awe.
Well, Utah's public lands are a unique gift that we all inherited. It's land that you and I collectively own, that we have access to, that we can use whenever we want to without anybody's permission.
And the beauty behind public lands is they're there to protect and preserve the beautiful things that we have, especially the beautiful things we have in Utah that make us who we are today.
A lot of private land is locked up, you know, because they're owned by a certain individual. But public lands are for everyone. That's why they're called public.
Since the early settlement of the West, visitors and new residents have been blown away by the extent of beauty on display in the Rockies. Access to these lands has always been a key aspect of their existence, with hiking, cycling, horseback riding, and off-highway vehicle trails crisscrossing the land in quantities unheard of anywhere else in the country.
You know, several years ago, I had a guy call me from back east, and I don't remember the state, but he was so excited because there were going to be 50 miles of ATV trail open on forested land that was owned by a logging company. And wasn't that amazing? I didn't really have the heart to tell him that I could look out my office window and see literally millions of acres that I had access to in Utah.
50 miles is not very far. We did a tour out in Landing and went up through Bears Ears, and one day we did 175 miles. Most of this was on roads, not trails, but we did 175 miles that day in one day. So 50 miles is not very far.
Standing on the edge of a breathtaking vista, it's hard not to appreciate the natural splendor before your eyes. But how exactly do we show that appreciation? How is our gratitude measured?
Well, I think showing gratitude starts with getting out there and enjoying them. I think that when we have access to, you know, beautiful public lands, we have an obligation to go out and enjoy them.
Well, we show gratitude by taking care of them. You know, we don't leave trash out there. When we go as a group, we try to maintain the trail, take care of it.
You know, the best way to show gratitude for our public lands is to be good stewards and to help educate our youth. We have so many people coming to Utah. We're the fastest growing state in the nation, and we need to make sure we're letting people know how to treat these lands and to preserve them for generations to come.
What they've done for me and my family, and they're still doing, because I was out playing last weekend with my family on public lands, and enjoyed that with my grandkids. And through the years, we've been able to go through different kinds of motorized vehicles and hunting and the access to hunting and be able to bring animals out on some of the machines that we have, plus just go and recreate.
As incredible as public lands are, they've also become the focus of heated debate between whether they should be open to different forms of travel or closed off for protection. Both sides show their gratitude for the land in different ways, each appreciating the beauty and adventure on display. But can gratitude and selfishness exist in the same space? Can we love something without an innate desire to allow others to love it as well? When respect reigns, and when we see each other as equal partners, equal stewards, when we have gratitude for neighbors being able to explore in their chosen way, maybe then we can truly appreciate the gift that is our American public lands.
Well, I think we as motorized riders need to make sure that we're giving the same respect to the other users that we would ask from them. I think there's room in any part of this state, any type of environment that you want to go to, for us to share the wealth that's out there.
We've coexisted this whole time. We can continue to do it. We need to all come to the table, talk about what's important to us, and use those lands appropriately and make sure we preserve them and keep them again for our future generations.
All of the groups that want to use public lands have a right, and they don't have a right to try to keep someone else out of it. If we all got together and could use these and be happy that the other group is using it too, because they're there to take care of it also. Yes, we've lost a lot of places to play, but there's still lots of access and lots of wonderful things to see in the West, and especially in Utah.
However it is that you choose to appreciate your public lands, we at Your Leisure want to invite you to get out and explore this Thanksgiving. And I promise, the more that you're out on your public lands, the more gratitude you'll have for everything else in your life. For At Your Leisure, I'm Stephen Hill.
Family time, friend time, your time, You've been thinking about getting a machine, but which one is right for you? An ATV, side-by-side, or dirt bike? Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, and Beta machines. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Need a tune-up, new tires, or want a winch? Stedman's Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
You know, mountain biking is a great activity, particularly in southern Utah in the colder months of winter. Here we are in November, and it's still delightful weather down in the Grand Staircase Escalante. The thing is, when you come back from your bike ride, you're all dirty. That's the great thing about having an RV from Ray City RV, because you've got a nice rest stop waiting for you at the trailhead. Make your dinner and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Ray City RV, your low price leader since 1946.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Jordan Wayman, and for this week's product review, we are at AD Triple S, and we're going to talk about their Black Friday sale. They're going to have a lot of things on sale, from parts, accessories, to clothing, and there's a lot to talk about, so I'm going to use some help from my friend Taylor. Taylor, take it away.
So this Black Friday, we're going to have all of our helmets and riding gear on sale. We've got Shift, Fox, Climb, Troy Lee Design. We've got everything. So we've got everything from the Fox V3s all the way down to the Fox V2s, depending on what you're looking for. We've got all different colors, designs, styles, anything to match your personality to get you out there on the dirt and ready to go. So make sure you come in this weekend and check out all of our gear that's going to be on sale, get you all set up and ready to hit the dirt.
Thanks. Hey, I'm Caden Siebert, sales manager down here at AD Triple S Motorsports. We're just going to go over some Avalanche safety gear, which will also be on sale for Black Friday. Starting off with our probes. For those that don't know, probes would help you find somebody in the case someone does get buried in an avalanche. You also have your shovels to help you dig for those people, and a lot of people use them to also help themselves get unstuck on those really deep, nice powdered days. You got your medical kits and also some walkie-talkies to communicate back and forth. You have your Avi bags. This one right here is the Peeps bag that's actually reusable. A lot of bags aren't reusable. You're gonna have them for their one-time use. You have to send the cartridge off to get redone. These are battery powered, so you'll charge them up and then use them. And we actually have Taylor Walker with us here, wearing one. And he's gonna show us a little demonstration so we can see how one works. Go ahead and give it a pull. Yeah, this gear is very, very important. And as you can imagine, it's a great gift as well. It's something you wanna be able to help people out with, and it's a safety thing. You can't put a price on safety.
Hi, I'm James Garner. I'm the parts manager at AD Triple S Motorsports. Here to talk to you today about goggles. The #1 complaint we get from our customers is that their goggles fog up. To counteract that, we bring in the biggest selection of goggles that you've probably seen locally. We have everything 509, Climb, Oakley, Fox, Shift. My favorite would be the Oculus from Climb. Fantastic goggle, great lens, easy change lens, lots of different color options, lots of different lens options. All of them are going to be on sale for our Black Friday. So come on down and see us.
Hey guys, I'm Adam Fry here at AD Triple S Motorsports. We have a great selection of Climb gear, all discounted for our Black Friday sales. Climb is known for their patented Gore-Tex technology. Wick away moisture. As you're riding, as you're sweating, it's going to wick away that moisture, but keep you 100% waterproof on the outside. We're gonna have great deals on our base layers, our mid layers, and our outer shells, which is an important 3-layer system. We look forward to seeing you on Black Friday. See you there.
And there's a lot more to see here down at the AD Triple S Black Friday sale, but we couldn't talk about all of it, so you're gonna have to come down and check it out for yourself. I'm Jordan Wayman. That's been this week's product review. We have more at your leisure right after this.
It's time for the Black Friday sale you actually want to go to. November 24th and 25th in Camas, Weller Recreation is making Black Friday worth waking up for. Get the best deal of the year on all your climb gear. 35% off in-stock clothing, 20% off in-stock accessories, and 40 to 60% off all non-current apparel. It all starts November 24th at 10 a.m. Get into Weller Recreation Superstore right off Highway 248 going into Camas. If you want more info, check out wellerrec.com.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
The outdoors knows no brand. The trail accepts whatever machine you ride. The mountain doesn't discriminate between Honda and Polaris. Neither does Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. What you want, we have. What you ride, we sell, along with all the gear and accessories you need, plus the service you trust. Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, Beta, dirt and street. With Stedman's Recreation, nothing will keep you from adventure. Nothing will stop you from reaching the top.
Stedman's Recreation. People might tell you it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's really only 30 miles back.
You know, honey, look at that. When the leaves are gone, the distant mountains resemble velvet. It kind of reminds me of a Weimaraner, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, you know, it's true, it's gorgeous. And I could never pronounce that dog breeds like Weinerheimer, Jacob Heimer Schmidt, or whatever. I mean, it is. It's just a beautiful, soft, velvety, kind of grayish, brownish. But with the trees, all the Quakies in the background, it's just beautiful up here at Daniel Summit.
This is a good time of year to ride up here too, because the wildlife can't hide behind the leaves. So your chances of seeing something walking around are pretty good.
And we have.
That's true. Well, you know, a lot of people, they start with the desire to run an ATV or to have one. They go, I don't know though, and I don't want to have to pay a few $100 to rent one to find out. What if I hate it? And then they go, well, and then if I go to a dealer, I'm just driving around in a parking lot and they don't really know what it does. Well, Polaris has thought of this, and they are introducing a new program which Daniel Summit is part of, where you can come and actually drive one on the trail for free. Check it out.
This new program we're running with Polaris, it's a great program because, you know, let's say that you want to be here and you're in Utah and you want to go ahead and rent. You can come up and rent from us. We'll have about 12 machines, 2-seaters and 4-seat machines. We have kiosks set up, and everyone would fill out the quick waiver you fill out, and then you take off right from our parking lot, which is great, and we give you a map. And there's hundreds of miles of trails up here that leave right from our parking lot here. It's a great place to come and try out your RZR or come up and rent from us. You can ride all day. We do a 2-hour rental, we do a 4-hour rental, we also do an 8-hour rental. You can come and get breakfast first before you head out. You can come back for lunch. If you want to come back for dinner at the end of your ride, if you do a full day, our Lodgepole Grill has got fantastic food, very tasty, fun places to come and bring your family.
Think about it. You can come up here and you can ride one of your favorite RZRs right after another till you find the one that's perfect for you. Yet another thing to be thankful for. Unless, of course, your wife doesn't like it.
Yeah, no, right. I mean, you could be a cowgirl, a cowboy, or whatever, and they'll have one for you.
Right.
I know. I love this place. This is just my favorite lodge ever. But anyway, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving if we didn't talk about food, and we are definitely going to have a little Thanksgiving meal in the lodge.
Did you know she just pointed at my stomach when she's talking about her like of food?
Well, mine's just, here too. But anyway.
Anyway, we're going to go check things out in the kitchen, see if they're ready for you. Make sure they've got something yummy that you'll love. And we're right now, for you, going to go to our Trailhead Adventure, brought to you each week by Rocky Mountain ATVMC. You know, the snow's coming, obviously, this time of year. With that comes snowmobiling. With that comes Avalanche danger. And, we want you to be careful, but so do our friends at AD Triple S. They sponsored a school on avalanches for their customers. Check it out.
The information can be a little overwhelming at first, but the more you learn, the more comfortable you get with it.
There's an old saying that ignorance is bliss. Now, while that may sound good in theory, it definitely doesn't apply when you're snowmobiling in the backcountry. Out here, conditions can change all too quickly. they can turn from a fun day of riding into a tragic race against time. For Mike Duffy of Avalanche One, ignorance is not an option. Avalanche One is an education program focusing on winter search and rescue, specifically for the snowmobile market. Today, Mike is in West Haven, Utah. He's at a snowmobile retailer, AD Triple S, and he's giving a seminar on the mistakes and misconceptions of avalanche survival. A large crowd has gathered to find out what they can do to save themselves and others from winter's deadliest threat.
This one tonight is actually an avalanche rescue skills course. You know, if you're bound and determined that you're going to ride in those high avalanche areas, this is going to give you the training to how you're going to get somebody out.
He's going to learn the latest techniques as far as rescue, how to rescue effectively, learning about the snowpack, which avalanche problems you have to be really on top of, which days to avoid the slopes because of the different avalanche problems, you know, how to work with your group, you know, all these little things that make a big difference in riding and train. Also how to pull off an effective rescue.
The course takes students through the basics of avalanche awareness, going over the tools of the trade. Some of them are as simple as a probing stick, others as technical as your smartphone. Over the past 25 years, avalanche rescue technology has enjoyed advancements that have saved many lives across the country. Beacons are a big reason for that. When used correctly, they can zero in on a buried victim and save precious minutes in a rescue situation. Other tools are a bit flashier, but they can also do their part to help sledders from getting overcome by a wave of snow.
So right now I have on the Climb Peeps avalanche bag, which is the JetForce technology. And I was going to show you how it works. And honestly, if you have an Avi bag, especially the JetForce, because you can pack it and deploy it many times because it's just battery operated, practice at home. So this Avi bag will continue inflating, so then that way as you're going down the slope, it keeps putting air in.
Unfortunately, all of the 21st century tech in the world is not going to save you if you don't know how to use it. When it comes to avalanches, not knowing could get you or someone else killed.
The number one common factor in avalanche fatality is the people that are pulling off the rescue do not have the right skills. They have the transceivers, they haven't practiced enough with the transceivers, they're not proficient in rescue. They haven't taken the upper level courses. They have outdated education and they're flubbing the rescues. And where if you do the on-snow courses, you have a whole different perspective. You know where to park, you know how to do rescues.
It's just like driving a car. People drive cars, they get training to drive the car, right? Well, driving a snowmobile, you don't get training to drive a snowmobile. This is kind of the training for that, to show you the risks, just like you have risk getting on the road every day. You have a risk riding a snowmobile.
Avalanche One travels across the West. They teach courses like this. But to learn more or schedule a class for yourself, you can contact them on Facebook at Avalanche One. Knowledge can be a burden, particularly when you know the dangers you're facing each time you hit the backcountry. But for snowmobilers like Mike, that knowledge is a blessing. It allows them to ride without anxiety or worry. He has the skills now to survive, and thus there's no reason to stay indoors and wait out the winter.
There's never a day where I say I'm not going, but every day I do go. Where I go is determined by the avalanche forecast, my observations, my stability tests, and you know the whole thing with avalanches is alter your riding according to the danger. So you have to understand the danger. I never stay home. I just pick the right train for the day.
Now, ignorance may be bliss when you're sitting on a couch, but not when you're boondocking through the trees. From the Winter Trailhead, I'm Terry Wood.
Our Trailhead segment today is sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. That's that great place where you can order all kinds of accessories for your ATV or your motorcycles, and they'll ship it right to your door. Just go to the RockyMountainATVMC.com website.
Look south to adventure. Look south to beauty.
look south to San Juan County. Out here, the road goes on forever, and what you'll find will change how you see the world. Climb on your OHV and discover forgotten landscapes and vistas that challenge the imagination. From Blanding and Monticello to the cliff faces of Monument Valley, we're open and ready for you to explore. San Juan County, Utah's Canyon Country.
Introducing the lightweight shot starter. Only on the 2018 Ski-Doo mountain sleds. With next generation engine and platform. For the unmatched power and handling to own the next ride. Ski-Doo. What matters is what's next.
Save up to $2,000 on select 2017 models, plus great financing.
Okay, I told you I was going to check things out for you, make sure there were some really tasty dishes here at Daniel Summit Lodge. Look at that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, and that's just the appetizers.
Well, we got to go join the crowd at the table because we got some eating to do.
Delivered Thanksgiving dinner. Wow, this is great. Now, we're celebrating Thanksgiving a little bit early, but Brent, you are going to be open for Thanksgiving?
We are.
What are you going to have?
We have a Thanksgiving brunch. Is in the hotel, and come and stay with us and enjoy the outdoors along with the Thanksgiving brunch that we have. And the only downside I can think of is that you don't have any leftovers at home.
Oh yeah, but you think of this, Brent, no dishes either.
That's true, no dishes either. But I do like the leftovers, so I suggest to people that maybe the day before make up something and put it in the fridge.
Oh, and then just have it
Yeah,
and
just
pretend
when
like
you're at midnight out there,
Yeah.
put it in the fridge. You know, there's something.
What an excellent idea. Listen, we are very grateful for Daniel Summit Lodge in the Hills and how gracious they are to us all the time up here. We're also very thankful to our sponsors because they make the show possible. You know, it takes a lot of work, a lot of time to get this together. So we would be remiss if we didn't express our gratitudes to our county sponsors, particularly Beaver County and Carbon County and our friends in Duchesne County.
We got Garfield too, and Tooele County, and San Juan County.
And Juab County.
Oh my
as
gosh,
well.
of course.
And they're only part of the picture because on top of that we have like our friends at AD Triple S who have been really good supporters of ours.
Stedman's, of course.
And Ray City RV, we couldn't forget them.
And Wellers.
And Wellers.
Right in this neck of the woods.
Right, and our friends over at State Parks who we've been great partners with for several years now.
We can't forget Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
No, as actually Dan Thomas and his entire group have been so good to help us bring you those trailhead stories every week for a number of years. So thank you all, and we wish that you would take the time to thank those sponsors and people that help us make the show possible. And here to you, our audience, none of this would be possible if you didn't tune in every week.
Touche.
So remember, there is adventure and good food around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. Happy Thanksgiving.
Beautiful up here in the forest.
Were you going to talk about the lodge?
He never told me to talk about the lodge.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
After he introduces
himself.
No,